Hey everybody, how we doing? It is Larry here again for the Leoy channel. Today's video, I want to show you guys something very simple. I guess you could say this is for the guys. Very easy way to make vegetables for either your meal prep, for dinner, or if you want to impress a lovely lady and you don't know how to cook. Okay? Very simple. Roasted vegetables. You can't go wrong with roasted vegetables. Pretty much everyone loves them. They're easy to do, they taste great, and they also offer a slightly different texture to different foods that you're going to have. So what we're going to do today is roasted broccoli and asparagus. Two very simple things, green vegetables, and they go very well with pretty much almost any food. A lot of chicken dishes, meat, fish, whatever the case may be. Now, one of the key things to think about when you're roasting your vegetables is what are you going to put on it? You can't just throw them in there in the oven and hope for the best. They have to have flavoring to them. What I like to do, now this is me personally, is use an adobo seasoning. This has adobo with sazon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but either way, it's an orangey color, and it's full of salt, paprika, garlic. It's just really good. I also like to change it up a little bit and also add some Italian seasoning to it. This is your basic basil, oregano, all those ingredients there. Stuff that you would add into a tomato sauce, you could also add to this. I put both of them together. Now, you need them to stick. All right, so I use my trusty spritzer. I have avocado oil in here because it has a very high smoke point, so it doesn't burn. And you just spray the vegetables, put your seasoning on, mix it all together, and you're good to go. So like I said, today we're actually going to use frozen vegetables. I like using frozen vegetables because they're solid. They have moisture in them, obviously, because they're frozen. So when they roast or in the oven when they're baking, they'll defrost and a lot of that liquid comes out and it brings the flavoring all together for everything. So roasted broccoli, asparagus spears in the oven. Ready? Let's go. Yeah, ready. So this is what the vegetables look like all spread out on a tray. You see we got the frozen broccoli spears, asparagus spears, and broccoli florets. Now you can see the ice crystals on it because of it's frozen. So like I said, taking our little spritzer and just going around trying to make sure everything is covered as best as you can. This also prevents burning because, like I said, the avocado oil has a very high smoke point, so it takes a lot for that to happen. And then just go through, mixing that up. Now, during this time, I preheated the oven to about 430 degrees. Okay, obviously nothing in the oven, took everything out, and we preheated that, so that's warming up. We lowered the rack down so we kind of get in the middle of the oven, so we're not too high or too low. Alrighty, and then here we just start sprinkling on the Italian seasoning to get some fresh herb taste as you're going through, and then you could use as much or as little as you like. Okay, some will clump up on one or two pieces, but there's not much you can do about that. Okay, and that's why we like the moisture inside the vegetables to come out when you're doing this. Now we sprinkle on our adobo, which I have used on pretty much everything in the past month. I like it that much. Now it doesn't change the vegetable color to be like a bright orange. It does, obviously, as you can tell, it is orange, but it doesn't change the color of stuff. Now, you could mix and match this all you want. You could throw it around. You could, grab some tongs and just flip it around, because obviously you see some pieces that have it, some pieces that don't. But ultimately, as the moisture gets pulled out, they'll shrink, and then it'll free up more space, and you're basically baking it, so everything will get a little bit of flavor as you're going through. It's very easy. And now, once the oven's preheated, we throw it in there for about 25 minutes, and then you're good to go. We'll check back in a bit. Hi. So, one little thing I didn't mention. See, everything's in the oven. Got the rack pretty much midway, and all that stuff is going. What you're going to want to do is get tongs, and you're going to want to shift those around, every 6-7 minutes or so. Like once or twice throughout the whole baking process, roasting process, whatever you want to call it. That's just to make sure nothing ever sticks to the pan itself. All ready? Cool. And we are back. So you saw the vegetables, had them on the tray, we sprayed them, we got mixed them all up, seasoned them. You saw it in the oven, right? Now, I did move it around. I had my tongs, trusty old. Now, another thing I forgot to mention also, if you don't have a good set of tongs, or they're broken, or they're like the dollar store version, where they're really flimsy and excess heat will probably melt them, what you can do is using a mitten or a pot holder or anything like that to prevent your hand from burning, is to shake the tray. Basically, you grab the tray and you just shake it around, and you'll basically keep moving the vegetables around. I did that once or twice, plus used my tongs, and I flipped all that stuff around. So let's see what we got. Back of my bald head right here. Ooh, it is hot. Now, there we go. You can see that steam coming off, the sizzle, and yeah, we got some vegetables. This is very hot. So we're gonna let that cool down for a second, because that's going in my meal prep. That's not for me to eat right now. So, roasted vegetables, so easy to do. All you need is an oven, vegetables, some seasoning, some type of oil, a pan, done. That's really it. 425 to 430 degrees, varying, every oven is different. 25 to 30 minutes, again, every oven is different. Now, if you don't have avocado oil, I prefer it, like I said, because it does have a high smoke point. You could use any oil. Just remember that olive oil and like vegetable oils you really shouldn't be using anyway. But if you use olive oil, it burns faster than avocado oil. So it may change things. You may want to do a lower temperature for a little bit longer, or yeah, no, that's about it. If you're going to use olive oil, do a little bit lower temperature and go 5-10 minutes longer. Alrighty, that's it. Very easy, roasted vegetables. You could use it in meal prepping, use it for dinner, or use it to impress that certain somebody that you also hold so dear, or however that stuff works. I wouldn't know. Anyway, thank you again for watching. If you like what you have seen, do not be afraid to hit that little like button, little subscribe button, and all that fun jazz crap, whatever. If you do, great. If you don't, I'm still going to do this anyway. But it'd be cool to know that people like it. If you want to see me do something else, put it down in the comments, and I'll see if I can get to it and all that other stuff. Alrighty? Thanks again for watching. You guys have yourself a great day. Enjoy food, and see you on the flip side.